You did that on purpose.
Wasn't I was in need to go poop.
Anyway, welcome back, guys, to more Doki Doki Blue Skies. Okay. So, bombshell aside, we're going to just continue what we had left off previously. Here we go. Beep, beep, beep. Another day at school. At least it's mid-November now, so the Christmas break isn't too far off. After finishing the morning route, I head outside, tentatively waiting for Sayori. Yuri's words were helpful, but I was naive to think things would have just go back to normal. There's no sign of Sayori, and I feel like texting her is off the table. With a sigh, I make the journey to school alone. Learning about the interwar year should by all means be interesting. Even with Sakurai's enthusiasm and humor injected into the lessons, I still can't find myself enthusiastic about the topics he's discussing. Despite my best efforts to remain occupied over the weekend, the worry I had for Sayori was always there, lurking at the back of my mind. I hate this silence. Not being able to talk to someone you really want to talk to is crushing. Ah, Flam. I don't suppose you'd be able to answer that question, huh? Please don't tell me that I'm such a boring teacher that you can't even pay attention. If word got out that I was sending my students into a stupor, I'd get fired on the spot. Although I'd probably do well in the hypnosis business. There's a light smattering of laughter. He's still looking at me expectantly, so I force a grin on my face. Sorry, sir. I don't understand the question. Could you repeat it? He does so, and I answer. He nods approvingly, although there is traces of concern in his features. The rest of the lesson drags on at what feels like a snail's pace. We're supposed to be taking notes from our textbook and answering the question, but my mind has been on autopilot ever since I woke up this morning. By all accounts, the progress I've made has been pretty mediocre. Everything okay, Flam? He's keeping his voice low and quiet, crouching next to me. You don't quite seem yourself today. Pardon me if that's an incorrect assessment. He motions toward my notes. You're normally ahead of the game when it comes to classwork. Not that I mind too much. Everyone's allowed to slack now and again, right? He chuckles, but I barely even respond. Yeah, I'm good, sir. Sorry, just had a long weekend. Might as well attempt a stab at humor. And by a long weekend, no, I don't mean staying up late playing video games. That's a shame. Those kind of weekends are the best ones. Anyway, just do your best for now. You've got a good grasp on the topics, so don't worry about it too much for now. Just make sure you know the material for the December exams. Got it, sir. Thank you. Phew. I was expecting some kind of stern telling off about my lack of progress. Bell's about to ring, everyone. We'll call it there. As I'm making my way outside, I spot a familiar white bow.
Hey, Flam. About to head to lunch, huh?
Yeah. I'm really sorry, but I won't be coming to the club today. She raises an eyebrow.
Oh? Why's that?
Being totally honest with you, I just realized something. Okay, my microphone is on. Being totally honest with you, I'm really just not in the mood for it. There's just some stuff I need to sort out, and if I came, I don't think I'd be very good company anyway. She nods, but it's hard to read the expression on her face.
Okay, that's understandable. By the way, you haven't seen Sayori around, have you?
She didn't come to school today? She didn't come to school today.
Do you know why?
Funny she should ask that. No clue. Sorry.
Strange. Well, I hope you sort out whatever it is that's bugging you.
Thanks, and sorry once again for bailing.
It's okay. It'll be a quiet session today, I guess. With but with the three of us. It'll be interesting to see what it's like. Anyway, I've gotta go. See you around, Flam.
See ya. Why do I get the nagging feeling that she's judging me for something? Oh well. Much like the walk to school, the return journey feels equally as empty. With another pang of guilt, I remember all the little jibes I used to fire her way about being lazy and unable to get out of bed. Why is it that our brains are so good at reminding us of times we said or did things we really regret? A tiny voice of reason within me tells me that I had no way of knowing why she struggled to get up on time. I mean, it's not like I set out to hurt her with my jokes. That kind of playful banter just characterizes our friendship. I just wish I could believe that tiny voice of reason a little more. As I make my way to my house, I notice a figure sitting by my doorway. I roll my eyes and suppress the urge to groan. I'm really not in any mood to deal with some religious nutter trying to get me to believe in God. Wait. Hang on. That's Sayori. Sayori? Her head shoots up at the sound of my voice. What are you doing here? The sight in front of me is utterly unexpected. Neither of us know what to say. The aftermath of our previous encounter still lingers in the air.
Can I come in?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
After dumping my school stuff out, I turn to face her. The awkwardness doesn't dissipate. There's so much I want to say, but I don't even know where to start.
I'm really sorry, Flam.
Tears immediately fill Sayori's eyes, and the powerful desire to embrace her hits me once more.
I really shouldn't have kicked you out like that. I've been so horrible to you, keeping you in the dark. I was just so scared, and the whole thing is just so confusing.
No, Sayori. It's me who should be apologizing. I'm so sorry for being pushy, for shouting at you, for being such a lousy friend. I've been regretting how I acted on Friday ever since. Please don't hate me. Sayori tumbles into my arms, sobbing without restraint.
I can never hate you, silly. You're my best friend. I was so scared that after our fight that I had pushed you away.
I can feel my heart break as she sobs and clings to me. Instinctively, I wrap my arms around her and hold her close. Sayori, you're so silly sometimes, you know that? You can never push me away. I'm your best friend. Although, recently I've been wondering if I deserve to be.
Huh? Why?
I shouted at you. I made you cry. A few of my own tears have started to leak, with concern etched all over her face as she leans forward and carefully brushes a tear away. It's the last thing I wanted to do, and I hate myself for it. This is sad, guys. Damn.
Flam, it's okay. Looking back, I really can't blame you. It must have been so frustrating from your perspective. I just want things to go back to normal. Please, can we just put this all behind us?
It's like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders just by hearing those words. Of course we can. And here was me thinking you didn't want to be friends anymore.
I can never stay mad at you, Flam. You mean too much to me.
Can we agree that we're both a bunch of clowns and we're as bad as each other? Sayori gives a watery smile. She clings to me a little harder.
That sounds fair.
Oh, to hear that laugh again. I'll always be here for you, okay? Even though I can be a dense idiot at the best of times. That will never change. She looks up, her eyes swimming with tears. Even with tear marks all down her face and tousled hair, she still looks absolutely beautiful.
You really mean that?
I gently thumb away one of her tears. Of course I do. She burrows once more into my chest. It feels incredibly intimate to be able to hold her in this state of vulnerability. So that's why you waited outside my house?
Yeah. I really wanted to see you, but I couldn't face school today. And I wasn't sure if you even wanted to see me.
Her voice is slightly muffled as she talks into my shirt. It's kind of funny when you think about it. We both thought the other person didn't want to see us when we both really wanted to see each other. Aha. Oh, Sayori. What are we like? She giggles into my chest. At such a close distance, I can actually feel the vibration from her laughter. Yuri told me that she didn't think you were the kind of person to stay angry for long. She looks up.
Yuri?
Yeah, I bumped into her over the weekend while I was at the park, getting some fresh air at night. Don't worry, I didn't reveal much. I told her we had a fight. She was really empathetic and understanding.
Oh, that sounds like her. She's such a dependable friend. Anyway, I guess she's right. I hate conflict. And I don't like staying angry at people.
Oh, that's super convenient for an idiot like me, isn't it?
I was going to try to find you earlier, but I thought I should give it a little bit of time first.
Well, at least we're here now. I'm so glad you came to find me.
I'm super glad we made up. Oops, I got your shirt super wet. Sorry about that.
Oh, good. Not the first time you spilled something on me now, is it?
Oh, you mean that one time with...
Hold up, Sayori. One time?
Okay, you made your point, meanie.
We both share a laugh, and my god, does that laugh feel good to hear. Just like that, all the tension and stress I've been carrying over the past few days has lessened. It's like I can finally breathe again. Anyway, look, Sayori. I had some time to think about what you told me on Friday. I'll be honest with you. I don't understand depression at all, and I can't imagine what you're going through. I'm glad this is starting to get a little bit better. But what I do know is that I'll do my best to be there for you, even if it's just as a friend. I know you've said you'd like me too, but you weren't sure about your feelings. So we can go at whatever pace you want to go at, if you even want to go at all.
It's really frustrating because I do like you, Flam. I really do.
She bites her lip anxiously.
I'd hate to drag you down, to get you involved with my mess.
I know you see it like that, Sayori, but I see it completely differently. No one is forcing me to make my decision. I'm choosing to get involved because I want to, because I like you, and I don't see you as a burden at all. Think of all the times where you've helped me feel better, or the other girls in the club. You're so good at keeping everyone's spirits high, breaking up fights, restoring the peace. Would it really be so wrong for me to give you something back? To give something back to you? Whew. I know you don't see it, but to me, you're worth an awful lot, and I care about you so much.
But Flam, there's so many other things, other people out there who are more worthy of your time.
None of those other people are you, though. No one else on this planet could ever replace you. I grew up with you, Sayori. You're my best friend for a reason. All the happy memories we've shared, the jokes, the stories, the adventures, I shared them with you, and only you. See, look, we even have the same couches where we played Flora's Lava on, and there's the plant that we keep calling the lava monster. You're such a big reason as to why my childhood was so happy.
Really?
Of course. We used to see each other like every day. Our parents used to say we were inseparable. And here we are now. Even after years apart, we get along like nothing ever happened. So believe me when I say that you're very special to me. And you've got a heart of gold, whether you can see it or not.
Oh, Flam.
She starts to sniffle again.
No one has ever said something like that to me before.
Well, I'm glad to be the first.
I'm still unsure, and it's still really confusing, but your hugs are really comforting. They make me feel like everything might be okay, if just for a few moments. I know what you want me to say, but I don't know. I still feel like I'm being selfish. And I thought you liking me back would make the rain clouds in my head go away. It's like there's a little ray of sunshine now, but it's still raining.
Even though Mom told me that that depression has no quick fix, Sayori's words still disappoint me. Mom did say it wouldn't be easy. Guess I'm really starting to find out just how difficult this can be. That's okay, Sayori. I guess it was naive for me to think I could just come in and fix everything.
That would be nice, though. I guess we could just start by taking everything really slowly. Like, can we not jump into going on official dates or telling everyone we're together just yet?
Of course. Whatever pace you want to go with, like I said.
I'm not making the wrong choice, though, am I? Just please tell me if I'm being a burden, and I won't hold it against you if you didn't want to be with me anymore.
You don't have to worry about that at all. Trust me. Although, as much as I like you, I don't want you going through with this just because it's what I want.
No, I kind of want it too.
Kinda.
I do want it. I just can't shake off the feeling that I'm not worth your time. And even though what you said just now really helped, feeling worthless is something I've felt for a long time. It's hard to shake off the feeling. But by being with you, the rain clouds don't feel so bad.
It'll be okay, Sayori. I just know it will. I'll see you through this storm, and I'll be your umbrella. That's cute.
That's actually one of the sweetest things you've ever said to me. Poetic, too. Looks like the literature club is really rubbing off on you.
I know, right? I'll be definitely the next Shakespeare. Just you wait. Anyway, I guess it's for the best that we're taking things slow because December exams are coming up. As much as I don't really want to, we should probably both be focusing on those.
Yeah, you're right. But once they're over...
I took her hand, locking her fingers with mine. We'll just have to wait, won't we? Anyway, speaking of work, I should probably get started with my revision.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll see you later, okay?
Okay.
I held my arms out and we embraced once more. Oh, to be able to hold her close to me, inhaling her scent, playing with a strand of her hair. It's almost stalkerlicious. It's heaven. Before I can stop myself, I plant a soft kiss on her forehead and break free, closing the door before my mind catches up to my lips. I swear I can hear her soft giggle as she closes the door behind her. That went better than I thought it would. Oh, wow. And immediately we just transition right to the literature club. What the hell?
Okay, everyone. We finished sharing poems a little earlier than usual today, so I guess we got a little bit of free time before we have to pack away.
Don't know about you guys, but I'm super relieved that all these exams are over. The past 2 weeks have been a blur of notes, frantic last-minute cramming, and a bucket load of stress. Student life in a nutshell. Thankfully, today marks the end of the assessments. It also didn't help that I was dying to spend more time with Sayori.
Me too. How did everyone's exams go?
Mixed bag, to be honest. Was never a huge fan of math, so that one definitely could have gone better.
Tell me about it. Physics wasn't much better. Coulomb's law, Ohm's law, Lenz's law. I still don't get any of them. Biology went pretty well, though. We were learning all about the brain for the semester. So many different parts in there. They've all got funny names. Labeling it was tricky, though. It's fascinating to think that while we're learning about how brains work, our own brains are active, processing it all. Don't you think? Yeah, if you're a zombie. I'm not sure I understand. Zombies aren't capable of higher cognition and... Geez, Yuri, it's because they like to eat brains. That was a joke. Ooh. Oh, Yuri. Did you do well? I suppose my performance wasn't too bad.
Come on, Yuri. We all know you're a real smarty pants. Bet you aced to like all of your subjects.
You really know how to put her on the spot, don't you, Natsuki? Anyway, to answer your question, Flam, I'm definitely with you. I've never been a fan of exam season. The amount of stress involved.
She rarely rubs her temples. You have to juggle academics with your extracurriculars, don't ya?
Mm-hmm. High expectations don't make life any easier either.
Her face drops for a moment.
But that's enough of that. Why don't we have a Christmas party?
Ooh, like our Halloween one? That was so fun!
Pretty much like that, yes. That's a wonderful idea. A good way to see the year off.
Yeah, okay. Can't see why not. Yay!
Oh, that's a pretty unanimous vote. You can host it. You can host it around mine, by the way. I motion towards Monica and Yuri, as I imagine your model students wouldn't want to break into school twice.
You'd be correct.
Her stern visage betrays no humor. Looks like my joke didn't quite go to plan.
Anyway, now that we've got all that sorted,
She quickly checks the clock.
I'm gonna have to get going, so now's a good time to call the session here. I'll see you guys at the party.
Let's make a move, Sayori.
Okay. I'll see you guys later.
With a wave, we all pack away and go our separate ways. Transition. Ding, ding. By all accounts, today would be a day I'd be spending with Sayori. After our club meeting, though, she texted everyone suggesting a secret Santa idea where we all buy each other presents. Funnily enough, I ended up with her as my Santa, which put a dampener on things. I was looking forward to Christmas shopping with her. As I didn't fancy going alone, I decided to message Yuri and see if she wanted to come with me. Dude, no, not Yuri. Call Natsuki. As I wasn't Yuri's Santa, she agreed, although in typical Yuri fashion, she was quite surprised that I wanted to go shopping with her. Some things never change. So, any idea what to get Monica?
I have some ideas, but nothing I'm truly certain on. Part of the downside of shopping for someone is that when you don't know them well, you can never be sure what they want.
If it's any consolation, I don't really know what to get Sayori either. Truth be told, I've never been great with presents. Okay, so let's see here. So if I'm kind of right in sorting all this out, with Yuri being Monica's Santa, me being Sayori's Santa, the best pattern that I can come up with is this: is that Sayori is Natsuki's Santa, Natsuki is Yuri's Santa, and I'm Monica's Santa. That's the best pattern that I can come up with that one. Maybe a new bow? Or some new clothes? But women's clothing makes no sense to me. I'd never really talked to Sayori about her fashion sense.
Well, we have the entire day ahead of ourselves, Flam. It would be sensible to look at the recipient's hobbies and go from there, wouldn't you think? Hopefully we'll be able to find something.
At this time of year, the streets are very busy. Seems like half of the entire town decided to do their Christmas shopping today. From the constant fiddling of her hair and the nervous look in her eyes, it's clear that Yuri isn't a fan of crowds. Claustrophobic. She's standing quite close to me, her eyes bouncing around whenever someone passes close to her. You know, I've had an idea.
Oh?
Well, Monica plays the piano, right? So I imagine she'd be into music. Have you ever spoken to her about what kind of bands she likes? Any musicians in particular?
You know, now that you mention it, yes. we have had discussions about her musical preferences before. While our tastes aren't exactly aligned completely, we both tend to appreciate music with thoughtful lyrics. She has a preference towards music that has lyrics with clever wordplay. If I recall correctly, she wasn't much of a rap fan, although she's begun to appreciate the thought of an effort that goes into rapping. Much like with poetry, lyrics can be a powerful way to express your thoughts, the battles you're going through, and the demons you face. The effect of music can be incredible, not just on the listener, but the artists themselves. Take the famous singer Freddie Mercury. Outside the band he was in, he was shy and actually rather introverted.
What? Really? I've always seen him as really flamboyant and confident when he was on stage. It was like he owned the whole room.
But you see, that was only while he was on stage. As a performer, he was of course as bold, confident, and rambunctious as you may think.
She stares off dreamily, lost in thought. Yuri?
Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. Anyway, yes, I think the music store would be a fine place to start. Let's make a move, shall we?
Thankfully, the music shop is much quieter than the streets outside. As predicted, Yuri visibly relaxes, taking a deep breath.
Much better. Now, where do you suppose we should start?
If I remember correctly, Monica has been playing the piano for long, right? She must still be a novice. So, as my eyes wander, a feasible choice of present grabs my attention. How about these? We amble over with Yuri looking on curiously. It's basically a guide on how to play popular songs on piano. That's a good start. I flip over, checking out the description on the back. Note for note, specifically catered for beginners.
Ooh.
She flips through the pages.
I never heard Monica discuss these artists before. So she might not even want to learn how to play any of these songs. Not that your suggestion wasn't a good one. I didn't mean to sound dismissive or anything. Oh jeez. Why is it that Sayori must get your attention and not me?
It wasn't dismissive, Yuri. It was a pretty smart thing to bring up. It was just a suggestion. Let's keep looking. It's something to get Sayori something from here as well. I knew what her tastes were like when we were younger, but I have no idea if they've changed. Nah. Probably best to come with her one day. I remember
Monica was talking about this song.
I peer over to what she's looking at. Huh? The retro aisle, huh? Didn't know she was into really old songs.
If I remember correctly, this appealed to her more so from a metaphorical perspective. Oh, this appealed to her more so from a metaphorical perspective. What's more is that the song is actually a story in itself. Initially describing a castaway lost at sea, slowly losing all hope after admitting it's been a year since he wrote his SOS message. It then describes how he resigns himself to his fate, accepting that he's alone, cut off from the real world, with no one to save him despite his efforts. But one day, he wakes up and realizes that there are other bottles scattered around the shore, and so he realizes that other people share in his loneliness. Ironically, he shares his loneliness with other people. The entire tale told under 5 minutes. While it isn't quite what I listened to either, the themes that underlie the song and the message it portrays is powerful. The power of loneliness, stemming from an individual cut off from the real world, desperately seeking someone to rescue them, the loss of hope.
Man, a conversation between Yuri and Monica would probably go on for hours, if this explanation is anything to go by. You really look into this stuff, don't you?
Sorry, I know it must be really weird and you didn't even ask for the analysis.
It's not weird at all. I think it's really cool how you don't take a song at face value. Even with lyrics, you find all the metaphors and hidden meanings. It's not something I really do myself, but if it's something you enjoy, power to you, right?
Really?
Really. Don't be ashamed of who you are, Yuri. You've got your interests, and that's great. I'll admit that we're different in that sense, but I never looked down on you for being more analytical. Besides, it probably helps you in school. Anyway, did you want to get the vinyl for the song, or...
Well, I don't know if it has a vinyl player. There wouldn't be much point if she doesn't have one. I actually had another idea for a gift, which should hopefully be more dependable.
Oh, we're back here again.
Back here?
Yeah, when Sayori and I were doing festival preparations, we came here for supplies. This place had what we needed, so I'm a little more confident now. Anyway, what did you have in mind?
Well, I noticed that Monica Hand writes a lot of things. Her poems, her entries in her planner and diary. I've always admired the look and feel of a well-crafted fountain pen. These days, they're quite rare. Most people use biros or ballpoints.
A fountain pen, huh? Funny you mentioned that, actually. If you were my secret Santa, that's probably what I'd get you. Guess you both appreciate the same things.
Well, I'm not really sure if she would like it. But I suppose it's more dependable than a vinyl, given that she doesn't need any equipment to use the gift. Anyway, let's have a look.
In front of us lies a shelf, carefully slotted with a wide variety of fancy-looking fountain pens, all in different shapes, sizes, colors, and styles. Yuri takes out a selection of the choices, handling each one with the utmost care. She turns them over in her hand, bringing each pen up to eye level, inspecting them from nib to the edge of the cap. Being totally honest, while I can definitely see their appeal, it's a little boring. I'm sure that to the right person, they're much more than just a writing instrument. But for me, they're just metal sticks that hold ink. I mean, what exactly can you do with a pen? Aside from writing. As my mind wanders, a typical reaction when I'm bored, she calls me over.
This one tempts me the most. What do you think?
Well, it's definitely pretty. The dark green against the black looks really cool. It feels pretty weighty, too. I can imagine she'd really like this one. That last part isn't exactly true, but at this point I'm not exactly keen to spend lots of time in this shop. Yuri has a habit of getting lost in her own little world, and while I don't mind it, it can drag out at times.
I like how it comes with its own bottle of ink, too. A nice little touch. I think this one will do fine.
I inwardly heave a sigh of relief. I had the feeling that Yuri would take even longer than Sayori when it comes to shopping. Sorry about the yawning, guys. Whenever I read for a long period out loud, I tend to yawn. Let's just hope we don't pass by the book aisle.
What will you get Sayori?
Still have no idea. Anything to do with clothes are out of the picture. Don't know what her style or size is.
What does Sayori like to do in her free time?
Sleep. Eat. Yuri stifles a small laugh.
Come on, Flam. You're missing an obvious one.
I don't think being clumsy is a hobby.
Poetry.
Wow. Now I really do feel like an idiot. So, like a new notebook to write poems in? Never bought a gift for a poet before.
That's a viable choice, however. Although, if I could suggest... Well, far be it for me to tell you what to get her, but given your history together, would it not be,
I'm not going to be offended, Yuri.
Well, would it not be better to get her a more personalized present? Something that really reminds you of her? A new notebook or pen are, of course, practical gifts, but they aren't particularly personal.
Okay, so a more personalized present. Something that reminds me of her.
For instance, let's look at her poems. They are rather intimate, no? A reflection of her inner thoughts and feelings.
Bottles! We get her bottles! That's a perfect gift for her. She likes bottles. No! Well, I really liked her bottles poem. I only said that out of irony. I can't believe he actually came up with that too. Wait, that's it. No, don't do it.
Sorry, I'm not sure if I understand.
You could buy little bottles that are illuminated by lights. If I get a few... Oh no, I can't believe I predicted that. If I get a few olive different color lights, they can be metaphors for the happy thoughts she has. Yuri's eyes light up.
Oh, that's such a wonderful idea, Flam. Not only is it very thoughtful, but it's also a wonderful homage to one of her best poems. I guarantee you that she would love it.
I really surprised myself, don't I? I definitely surprised myself, that's for damn sure.
Where would you get such a gift from, though?
You could order them from the internet. I tell you what, actually. Do you want to wrap your present for Monica at my place? I can order Sayori's gift and help you out with that.
Are you sure? I've already taken up a lot of your time, and I'd hate to...
It's Christmas, Yuri. Well, give it a few days. Well, give or take a few days. Come on.
If you're sure.
Oh. Reluctantly, I dragged my eyes away from the anime I'm watching. Right when the bald guy was about to punch his adversary. One Punch Man! I love that reference! Although the intrusion is immediately forgiven once I realize it's Sayori telling me she's here.
Hey!
Someone's in a good mood. As we share an embrace, I affectionately run my fingers through her hair.
Of course! Exams are finally over. All of our presents are sorted, and I get to spend today with you. Why wouldn't I be?
As we take a seat on the sofa, I offer my shoulder as a cushion, to which she delightfully obliges. Sitting here, with Sayori nuzzled into me, an arm around her, feeling her warm body next to mine. Oh, how these past few weeks have been worth the wait. Well, given how amazing my present for you is, you're every right to be. I wink at her, and her eyes light up. Childish excitement all over her features.
Ooh? Can I try and guess?
You can, but that doesn't mean I'll tell you. Gotta wait until the others are here.
Oh, okay. Is it a new bow?
That was actually something I considered, actually. But given how much that red bow suits you, I didn't want to mess with that. Besides, I don't really know your style very well, truth be told.
Well, for future references, I like blue.
A blue bow would go really well with your eyes, which would make you look even prettier.
You're really sweet, you know that?
I'm serious, Sayori. You know, I don't think I've ever told you this, but you're beautiful.
Aww.
Your eyes especially, and the way your hair falls over your face, the way your smile lights up a room. How you can make my day better just by being there. Everything that I've been wanting to say to her over the past few weeks is finally tumbling out of my mouth. It's not like me to be romantic at all. I don't know where these words are coming from, but they just feel so right to say. I don't think I've ever told you just how much you mean to me. Our faces inch closer, and I can feel her warm breath on my skin. There's silence in the room, broken only by my voice, which has lowered to a whisper. And I know that our history has been a little inconsistent, but to be honest, you're here now, we're here now, that's all I care about. She looks at me with nervous anticipation and coos slightly, eyes shining with bliss. With my heart hammering, I'm aware of what's about to happen. We both lean forward. Wow, is this really about to happen? Both of our eyes shoot open, and I'm 100% sure that the immersed pang of disappointment that I'm feeling is mutual. I saw that coming. They're about to kiss, and then, ding dong! I just want to shout, "We're not home!" Why now, of all times? With a heavy sigh, I reluctantly pull myself away from Sayori and head to the door. Hey guys!
Flam, let's get this party started, shall we?
I chuckle and let her in, waving to Yuri and Natsuki as well.
So, this is your house, huh?
Technically, it's my parents, actually. She pulls an unimpressed face.
Very funny. You keep it in good condition, Flam. Just like how I remembered it. Huh? You've been here before, Yuri?
Sayori shoots me an inquisitive look, and for some reason, I'm hit with the urge to hastily explain myself. Yeah, Yuri and I went Secret Santa shopping together. Had to wrap our presents here. Man, did any of you guys struggle with that? Or was it just me being an idiot? Natsuki muttered something under her breath.
No. I didn't find it too easy either.
Speak for yourself, guys.
That was a walk in the park. Such confidence, Natsuki. Why don't you go first, then?
As much as I like Natsuki, it's always darkly satisfying when she gets knocked down a peg or two. Especially when it comes from someone as calm and shy as Yuri. Natsuki nervously looks around.
Well, is everyone ready to share? Of course. Come on, Natsuki. Who did you have?
Okay, if I remember right, I predicted that Natsuki had Yuri. With a playful smirk playing on her lips.
Okay. Anyway, I couldn't wrap it, well, for obvious reasons, duh.
She pulls out what looks like some kind of a plant from her bag. I called it!
It's for you, Yuri. A plant? Yeah. It's a peace lily. And I did some research on them. They're really good at improving air quality. Don't really know how, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I thought I'd see you because they're supposedly good for boosting your concentration. I know you like to read a lot, and these plants are apparently really good at helping you focus and calming you down. Oh, and they're super easy to take care of as well. You got this for me? Unless there's another Yuri in the room. Yeah. Why? Don't you like it? No, it's not that. Well, it's just such a thoughtful gift. You're right. It would make for the perfect environment to sit down and read in. Not only would it help me when I write poetry, but it would also make a wonderful addition to my bedroom. Thank you ever so much, Natsuki. It means a lot. It's just a plant. Sheesh. But for what it's worth, I'm glad you like it, Yuri. Merry Christmas and all that.
Ah, there it is. That merry festive spirit. It's so nice to see Yuri and Natsuki getting along so well, even after their fights and differences. Natsuki's gift took me by surprise. I don't know if she was so thoughtful. Guess she does have a heart after all, eh?
I'll give it to you, Natsuki. That was a pretty good gift idea. You've raised the bar pretty high. Anyway, I'll go next.
Okay, and I remember saying Monica had me. I was wrong. She had Natsuki. So that means since Yuri has Monica and I have Sayori, that means Sayori has me.
This is for you, Natsuki.
As she pulls out her gift, the expression on Natsuki's face transforms from thinly disguised indifference to genuine shock.
Is that a spice rack? Yep, comes with a bunch of spices too. Anyway, I figured this could be handy given how much you're into culinary stuff. I wasn't sure what spices to get you, but luckily these came with some with the rack itself. And if I remember correctly, I think these three are fennel, thyme, and one more. Those things probably mean more to you than they do to me. Merry Christmas. Jeez, it looks like it costs a lot.
Monica dismisses her objection with a wave.
Money is money. Don't worry about it.
She swallows and composes herself.
Thanks, Monica.
She looks at the floor.
That's really nice of you. All good, Nat. Anyway, who's next?
Yuri bashfully reaches into her bag.
This is for you, Monica.
She hands her the small box we wrapped together.
Oh, wrapped as well. You really did go the extra mile.
She unwraps the box, revealing the beautiful fountain pen within.
Pardon me if I misjudged. However, I noticed that you do a lot of writing, whether that be for your poems or in your planner. I found this pen to be beautiful, and it writes really well. And it comes with a bottle of ink, too. Very traditional, Yuri. I should have guessed you'd opt for something like this. You're right, though. It is a very ornate pen.
She picks it up, gently rolling it through her fingers.
Has a really nice weight to it. Thank you, Yuri. Your timing is pretty good. I was running out of ink with my old pen. You're most welcome, Monica. I'm glad you like it. I was tempted to go for something musical, something to do with the piano, but I wasn't sure what sort of thing you were learning with the instrument, so I figured a pen was a safer bet.
Monica loads the pen with ink and gives it a test run.
Writes really well. Where'd you get this? I'm tempted to visit the shop myself at some point. Just a shop in town. Just be mindful not to press too hard, as it's really easy for the ink to flow too much. The last thing you'd want is a puddle of ink. Duly noted.
Wait, hang on. Go by the process of elimination. Sayori, did we get each other?
Well, we are the only ones left, so I think we did, yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Here you go.
She hands me a medium-sized rectangular object wrapped in a snow-themed wrapping paper. Let me guess. A book. All because I joined the literature club, eh? Oh wow. I definitely did not expect to see a younger version of myself smiling up at me.
I wasn't really sure what to get you. My first thought was a game, but I'm not sure what you're into, so I thought I'd go for something more for a more sentimental pick. This is one of my favorite pictures of us when we were kids, so I thought giving you my favorite memory would be a good idea.
I remember this day. It was when our parents took us to the fair and we got you that giant cow plushie.
Yeah, that's the one.
I look fondly at the photo. We're both standing side by side with the cow sitting below us. An impossibly huge grin is on both of our faces. The cow wasn't much shorter than we were back then. Remind me never to make fun of your ability to pick out a fantastic present, Sayori. This is super thoughtful. The frame itself is a lovely touch as well.
Oh, the frame itself is a lovely touch too. Yeah, it's cute.
Anyway, I just hope my gift can stack up to yours, Sayori. Here you go.
Are these bottles?
Yep, but as you can see, there's also colored lights inside them.
Hang on.
Hang on, let me flip the lights off so you can see what I mean. There's a collective ooh as the darkness brings out the light's true potential. Against the blackness, the reds, blues, greens, and yellows flare to life. Feels a bit strange speaking into the darkness, especially when I can't see Sayori's reaction though. Anyway, I got this as a reference, I guess, to your bottles poem. I can't help but notice that the bottles represented your happy thoughts. Each line in these bottles are basically a happy memory, a happy thought that I've shared with you. Obviously, I've got more than 4 happy memories with you, but I couldn't exactly buy 100 bottles. Anyway, this is gonna sound really cheesy, but all of a sudden, I'm grateful that we're in the dark, as it makes it much easier to really speak my mind. You're my happy thought, Sayori. Aww. That's so sweet. And I just wanted to give you something that you could keep as a reminder of that. Merry Christmas. I flipped the light back on.
Jeez, you two need to get a room.
Sorry. Had to be said.
Man, this is such a sweet present. I think it's the best gift I've ever had. Indeed, it truly embodies thoughtfulness. I knew it was an excellent choice the very first moment you suggested it. I'll give you credit, Flam. You can really tell that you two have been best friends for a while.
My cheeks redden as I hear all their praise. I was hoping the present would be well received, sure, But I wasn't expecting everyone to be so impressed. You guys. Anyway, now that all the present sharing is over, does anyone want to play something?
What did you have in mind?
Well, there are some video games that are multiplayer, and I think I have some board games lying around. There's Monopoly, Trivial Pursuit, Scrabble, Cluedo, some others. Hang on.
You really do live you really do live a wild lifestyle, you know that?
Hey, I did suggest video games, but none of you seemed that interested.
Exactly my point.
Yuri quickly interjects.
I think Trivial Pursuit could be fun. Yeah, that way we get to see how smart you really are, Yuri. Sure, we can give it a go. You're on, Yuri? You're on, Yuri? I'm not really into competition.
Ah, fine. There better be some questions on manga, though.
An hour in, it's very clear that the game is clearly between Yuri and Monica, who are roughly neck and neck. Everyone's been enjoying it, though, even Natsuki. Although she tries to act like the whole thing is boring her, I can tell she's having fun. Currently, it's Sayori's turn.
The color pink. Oh, the entertainment category. The 90s video game characters Banjo and Kazooie are what two animals?
If I remember right, Banjo's a bear, and Kazooie is a rooster, I think.
Oh, I should know this one.
Yeah, I swear we've played it together when we were kids.
Can you give me a hint?
Sorry, you'll just have to grin and bear it. She pouts, clearly missing the cleverly concealed hint.
Well, what are the choices? A bear and a bird, a lizard and a bat, or a gorilla and a monkey?
I can't remember.
I'm gonna go with bear and bird. Oh, yay! I got it right. I totally knew that.
If you got it wrong, we wouldn't be friends.
Hey! Let's see what I get. Literature. In the Japanese story, The Spider's Thread, why was Kandata unable to escape hell using the spider's web? The web was an illusion. Other prisoners were also trying to use the web to escape, or the devil cut the web before Kandata could break free.
Are they doing mummer songs for the bed? Or do you want to do mummer songs for the bed?
I have no idea. If I had to guess, that the web was an illusion.
Nothing like an easy question, huh? I remember reading the story a very long time ago. This is really gonna bother me if I don't get it right. It's B.
She flips the card over.
Ah! I knew it! Another point to me.
Nerd.
Knowledge is power, Natsuki.
Natsuki mumbles something under her breath.
Anyway, if I get another geography question, I'm gonna flip. What does blue mean again? Don't say it's geography. Okay.
Okay, it's not geography. She rolls her eyes.
It is, isn't it?
Her eyebrows furrow as she reads the question.
What's the capital of Australia?
Sydney.
Sydney, Adelaide, or Canberra? Don't most people get this one wrong? Only with Canada, most people think it's Toronto or Vancouver. Now I get the feeling this is a trick question. Like, I've heard of Sydney and Adelaide, and I would have picked one of those two. Tell with it, I'm going with Canberra. Oh, that's right. Wow, that was easy. I thought it was Adelaide, to be honest.
I would have picked Sydney, which I did. Who's the nerd now, Natsuki?
Shut up. Science one,
Science one, eh?
Which of these arteries is a major artery of the forearm and wrist? Carotid, radial, femoral.
Femoral is in the leg. I'm gonna say radial.
I know this one. I'm fairly certain it's the radial. Yeah, the carotid is in the neck.
How'd you know that?
Because I pay attention in biology, silly. Why does everyone think I'm an idiot or something? Well,
Prove that you're not an idiot by winning, eh?
Why don't you? She got you there, Flam.
Can't really dispute that. A couple of hours have passed since the end of the board game. A comfortable, lazy atmosphere has settled upon the room, the kind where no one can be bothered to do much after eating a hefty meal. As night wore on, the general conversation topics have grown a little more mellow and reflective. We're all lounging in the living room, Sayori is next to me, and I'm fighting the urge to cuddle up to her. I don't know if she wants to tell everyone that we're together yet. I'm trying to figure out a way to talk to her in private. She suddenly springs up and whispers in Monika's ears. Both girls glance in my direction as Monika giggles. Both of them get up and head over to the kitchen, whispering conspiratorially to one another. The strange change of behavior causes me to raise an eyebrow. What are you two doing?
Oh, you'll find out soon.
Something about the sing-song way of how she delivered that line rouses my suspicions further. I glance over to Natsuki and Yuri, but both are holding a poker face. Oh, as good a poker face as I can manage, that is. Any of you guys know what's going on?
Oh, he's gonna mess this up.
Natsuki, don't be so rude. What? Come on, this is gonna be so funny.
You guys know I'm literally sitting right here, right?
Yeah.
Yuri shoots me a sympathetic look.
I would tell you, but I've been told not to. It'll ruin the surprise.
Can everyone drop this Illuminati stuff and just tell me what's got into? Everyone. Wow, that's a gem if I ever heard one.
Flam, can you come here?
Bewildered, I oblige. Walking up to Sayori and Monika, I notice that the former looks really nervous for some reason. Man, I don't know what's in the food we just ate, but it's making you all act super weird. Monika steps away from us, shooting Sayori a wink as she does so.
Look up, Flam.
Half expecting some sort of cryptic hint on the ceiling, I oblige. Oh. 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 I know what's coming. Oh no. Is that a mistletoe? Yep, I was right. It's mistletoe. Mistletoe that earlier I'm fairly certain was not there. And I'm fully aware of what you're meant to do under it. As Sayori shuffles over to me, my heart starts pounding once more. It was nerve-wracking enough when it was just us two earlier. You set this up with the girls, didn't you? A poorly disguised look of innocence on Sayori's face tells me all I need to know. I should have seen this coming. What a time to forget how crafty you can be, Sayori. She's standing right in front of me now, expectancy clearly visible on her features.
Do you want us to look away?
Only a distant, faraway part of me registers Monika's voice. Right now, the only thing I'm truly focused on is the beautiful girl in front of me. Actually, no. That's a lie. The most important thing I'm focusing on right now is how not to mess this up. All those thoughts go out the window as Sayori's lips finally meet mine. Oh, okay, there's my thumbnail for this video, guys. That is too adorable. And in that moment, nothing else matters. I sigh contently, pulling her closer to me. One of my hands caresses the back of her head, while the other gently cups her face. Nothing could have prepared me for this moment. I'm drinking her in, lost in the sensation of her lips on mine, and her warm, soft hands linked around the back of my neck. All the fears I had about messing this up melt away as the kiss progresses. I have no clue what I'm doing, but from how good this feels and how blissful Sayori seems to be, I think it's safe to say it's working. Eventually, we break away. It's impossible to tell how long that kiss went on for. Seconds? Minutes? Years? As I open my eyes, Sayori's beautiful face fills my vision. There's such a tender, heartfelt look in her eyes that I've never seen before. Oh, that adorable giggle. She can get away with murder.
Shoot you two. I knew it.
Natsuki rolls her eyes.
Duh! Wasn't it super obvious when Sayori asked us to bring the mistletoe? No, I mean ever since Flam joined the club, I had a gut feeling they liked each other. Childhood sweethearts, eh? That almost sounds like a trope. The way you two spoke about one another, it was ever so endearing. I'm happy for you two. Yeah, congrats and all. Just keep the mushy stuff outside the club, okay?
I grin weakly. I'll do my best.
Anyway, it's getting late. I think it's time we leave these lovebirds to it.
She nudges Yuri.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for hosting the party, Flam. It was really enjoyable. Yeah, it was. Just make sure you
Jesus, Natsuki! What the hell's wrong with you?
Just make sure you use protection, okay?
That's okay!
Kidding. Jeez.
And on that awkward parting remark, Sayori and I are left alone. There's a moment of silence.
Flam?
What's up? She bites her lip, looking away. There's traces of anxiety on her face.
Can I ask you something that might sound a bit weird?
Sure.
Was it okay for us to kiss?
I mean, wasn't the mistletoe idea yours?
I know. It's just... Well, my heart is telling me that this all okay, but my brain's telling me, well, it's being a bit of a meanie. This was the right choice, right? Sorry, I know this might sound really sudden. I didn't want to say anything while the others were here. Sorry, it's just still so confusing.
I take her hands in mine and tilt her head so our eyes meet. Look, Sayori. Why are you feeling like this was the wrong decision?
It's kind of hard for me to stop believing that I'm not worth your love and your attention. And the last thing I want to do is drag you down and have you waste your time on someone like me. But at the same time, I'm trying to stay hopeful and listen to my heart, which is telling me that it's okay to go for what I want.
Well, did you enjoy the kiss? Because I don't know about you, but I really, really enjoyed it. She blushes.
I did, yeah. You're a good kisser.
Well, I've never been happier. Whenever you're around, I'm always in better spirits. We both want each other, and we're both happy with each other. So how can this be the wrong decision, Sayori? I don't really know for sure, but I'm guessing this is the depression trying to tell you you're not allowed to be happy. Of course you are. Don't worry, Sayori. We'll get through this together. Just remember, this is all my choice. No one is forcing me to make it. She pauses for a moment, reflecting on my words. I just hope I've managed to get through to her.
Okay. Thanks, Flam. I guess you're right. I'll try to remember that. Oh, by the way, sorry for putting you on the spot when the others were around.
Oh, I bet you were enjoying that. It's alright. I got to kiss you, so it's more than made up for it.
That was really nice, wasn't it?
I think I enjoyed kissing you a lot more without 3 people watching.
Well, they're all gone, so do you...
Without even waiting for her to finish the question, I kiss her again. Oh man, this is something I could definitely get used to. As it's just the 2 of us, the kiss feels a lot more personal. And that's absolutely fine by me. Merry Christmas, Sayori. With our faces only inches apart, she playfully nuzzles my nose with her own, laughing. Holding her this close, being able to hear her heartbeat, feeling her warm breath on my face, hearing her whisper,
Thank you for everything, Flam. Merry Christmas to you too.
all this feels like absolute bliss. A part of me can't help but wonder what I'm getting myself into. Alright, I'm going to save it right here so that way I can jump right back to it for the thumbnail. It would be naive to think that everything would be sunshine and rainbows from here on out, no matter how strongly we feel for each other. Will we really be okay together? Perhaps there's no sense in worrying about the future so much. Maybe it will just be best to take each day as they come. After all, there's only one way to find out. Act 3, Into the Unknown. Oh, before I get too suckered into this one, guys, that was something. Thank you all so much for watching. This is... Really? January as a pretty dreary month. Thanks! Thanks for just not knocking on my birthday month.
Yeah, God.
Assholes. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like. And subscribe to join the now 100 subscribers. And, you know, again, thank you so much for all the support, guys. It really means a lot. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.